All right. So if you would remember from the last time we played, which was 2 weeks ago, the crew of the expedition was chasing a Klingon ship. I believe we were chasing them toward the Ebon Expanse, if I'm not mistaken. And then you were ambushed by a cloaked Klingon vessel. You took a couple breaches, if I'm not mistaken, but I believe you destroyed the ship, correct?
The one that attacked us, yes, it was utterly annihilated.
Okay. Excellent. So then you went to a star system where Captain Prax called Captain DeGrasse, correct?
Correct. To ask for backup, being voiced by a couple other crew members that we could be potentially walking into a giant trap. Or, well, the assault would probably be more than what we could handle.
Okay. So I think we'll start the episode with the arrival of the Tian An Men to the rendezvous system, because I don't think we did that.
We did not.
Perfect. So that is where we'll start off. We'll start off on the Tian An Men bridge. Captain DeGrasse heading onto the bridge as the ship drops out of warp in the system, the rendezvous system with the expedition.
So as DeGrasse walks on the bridge, he'll say, "All right, Commander Rail, what are we dealing with?"
We've arrived at the rendezvous site, Captain.
Okay. Assuming we haven't conducted a scan yet, I'll order a scan of the system. Is that Ensign Casey or Lieutenant Casey?
She's a lieutenant.
Gotcha. So yeah, DeGrasse will say, Lieutenant Casey, let's get a scan of the system. See what's out there.
Aye, Captain.
I sent you something, Casey.
No, there it is. Didn't notify me. Captain, we are only reading the expedition at present. It does appear to have sustained minor damage.
Ops, let's open a hailing frequency.
And on the view screen appears one Captain Prax.
Well, Captain, did we make good enough time?
Just on cue, Captain DeGrasse.
Perfect. Well, we did a brief scan of the system. It looks like we're the only two ships here.
So far, we have been keeping an eye out the best we can. So far, all has been quiet since our last engagement.
Understood. But I imagine we're expecting a bit of action here soon, right?
From our informant, he has claimed that the stronghold is defended by several planetary batteries, as well as a couple birds of prey.
Seems formidable.
We'll
Very
see.
well, Captain. Oh, go ahead.
Right now, they probably only. Well, they haven't hunted for us yet, so they may not know we're out here. But I do want to get a closer look at that the system that they're currently held up in before we make any plans or moves.
Understood, Captain. We're at your disposal. Let us know what you need.
Thank you, Captain DeGrasse. And to the crew of the Tian An Men.
Of course, Captain. I know I speak for all of us on the bridge when I say we're happy to be here. Tian An Men House. And DeGrasse will turn to his crew and just say, well, let's be on our ready. I imagine that we'll be seeing a bit of action here soon, and I know it's been a while since we've been in a dangerous situation, so keep alert.
Shall we move to yellow alert, Captain?
Let's follow the expedition. If she's at alert, we'll go to alert. I have a feeling the captain has a plan.
Understood.
All right, over on the expedition bridge.
That is not.
That's not the bridge.
That's the old bridge. Didn't we launch a probe to the system?
Did you?
Feel like we did.
If I remember correctly, we did, just to get first-hand information on the system as well.
Seems like something you did.
I know it was a warp probe, which they take a little bit longer to go 4 light years. So
Yeah, I mean, this is your time for information gathering, advantage creation, anything like that you guys want to do.
Lieutenant,
And I could go to either ship. I could put people wherever they want to be. You can play whoever you want to be. This one's pretty open in what you guys can do.
Lieutenant Silva, any information coming back from our warp probe?
Should be arriving near the system momentarily, Captain.
If you could please put the information on the view screen as it comes in.
Yes, Captain.
Is there a role for Sova to do?
Nah. I just gotta find some star classifications here really quick. If the book was laid out better, of course. God, why would they not put that stuff in with the planetary information? What's the star that's right below K? Is that G?
G is bigger. M it'd be M, which M's are red dwarfs. G is like our star.
Okay, since I can't find the naming stuff, we'll just go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, I was thinking O. Okay. It'll be a Captain. It is a B-type star system. 15 planets. 1 M class. I'm reading energy shielding around the M class planet.
Any vessels?
None currently on sensors.
What is the largest planet in that system?
And he starts pressing the buttons on the computer. Class T gas giant, Captain.
Are there any planetary defense batteries in orbit, or are they on the surface?
That'll probably be a roll. Because you gotta go through the shielding and stuff.
Oh, we do have the probe.
Yep. So this will probably be a base difficulty 2. So diff 1.
Would anyone like to use Sova?
I can roll for him. Sova. There he is. And GM, what was the roll?
Reason signs.
Cool.
So this is by the ship. Sensor signs.
So would I imagine a focus and sensor operations would apply?
Yes.
Awesome. And see. Okay, so he's cautious, but we don't have any momentum. Diff 2 or diff 1?
1.
Okay. So
Never mind the threat. That was just me getting back to where I should be at start.
Oh, gotcha. I was about to say, holy shit. Yeah, I'll just roll this straight. Actually, take a threat. We'll get some momentum.
Ship's assisting, right?
Yes. You will gain 3.
Captain, I'm detecting 2 planetary defense batteries on the surface of this planet. It looks like they're protected by shielding.
Is there a compound around the planetary defense batteries?
GM, would that be a roll?
It'd probably be a question.
Yeah, we'll ask it.
So the question is, you're looking for a compound?
Yeah, right around the batteries on the surface. So it appears the planetary defense batteries are protecting a small outpost on the planet's surface.
What type of defense battery guns are those? Pretty much, I want to know if they're enough to take out like the Tian An Men or the Expedition.
Yeah. GM? Yeah, we'll ask that question as well.
What if they're able to pose a threat to your ship?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go ahead and do another roll. This one probably a security roll. Insight security. Insight or reason with security.
Okay. Beden can take that one.
Just because I don't think Sova would know.
Sure. What's the difficulty on this?
2.
Okay. Would you take shipboard tactical systems for focus?
I don't think so for this.
Yeah, it's a tough one. All right, take a threat. Captain, it appears based on the designs and the potential power output, looks like they would be capable of damaging our ships in orbit, but it would require quite sustained firing to do so. So not an instant threat, but eventually certainly a threat.
Not to mention we have potential 2 bird of prey to worry about as well.
There's a lot of firepower up there.
Commander Casey, your thoughts?
Is there any way we could disable these defenses from orbit?
They are shielded.
Well, it may be the brute force option, but I imagine with enough force we could overpower their shields. I suppose it depends on how much armament we want to save for the potential birds of prey in the area. Otherwise, the only option I see is to send forces directly to the surface.
So Sova, is there a entranceway into the compound that's not shielded?
The outpost appears to be a small civilian outpost. I am reading about the hundred civilian in the compound with a strong structure toward the outskirts. Maybe possible to land a small team a few kilometers away. But it appears that they would have to cross very harsh terrain.
Commander Casey, how about you and Lieutenant Beden go talk with our guests, see if you can't get information on this outpost. Surely he must have visited at some point.
We'll see if we can get much more out of him. I will say that so far, the information here does seem to match his description. Moderate defenses. I mean, the only thing we're really unsure of is any sort of troop numbers at the at the facility, but from what we found from his last interview, it sounds like the crews are rather transient.
No, there are indeed civilians there. I don't want to increase the likelihood of collateral damage. Though I am a little bit interested in why there's so many civilians around a supposed pirate facility.
Indeed. Lieutenant? You'll look at Ben.
Yes, sir. I'm ready to go speak with our guest.
We'll be back when we have some information, Captain.
All right, you're visiting your Klingon guest. Was there anything else on the bridge you wanted to do before I shoot over?
I was gonna contact the Tian An Men and speak to Captain DeGrasse.
All right. On the view screen, very zoomed in, like always.
Captain DeGrasse, our warp probe just came back with some interesting data. There does appear to be some 2 defense batteries. They would pose a threat to the ship, given both our vessels, given long-term sustained fire from them. Not to mention there are 2 cloaked birds of prey out there. It would make for a very sticky situation for both our vessels to be entangled with simultaneously. There is the matter of a outpost, along with a stronghold, which potentially houses the leader of the former governor. But there are also a number of civilians in this outpost, at least from what the probe detected.
Huh. Civilians. I'd say I didn't expect that. Well, Captain, if I still know you as well as I think I do, are we gearing up for an infiltration mission?
Commander Casey and Lieutenant Bedden are questioning our Klingon guest again to find out about the outpost. Infiltration mission might be one of the better avenues to take care of the planetary batteries. As for the Klingon ships, well, we'll have to deal with them in space. Once I gather all the information we possibly can, we'll come up with a strategy on how to deal with them.
Understood, Captain. I'll begin discussing a few scenarios over here with my crew as well, and well, just let us know when you can.
Keep you informed. Expedition out.
Anything else in the expedition?
I don't have anything at the moment.
All right, I'm gonna head to Tian An Men since DeGrasse said he's going to discuss scenarios with his crew, and I think that would be cool.
Menurel, I would be curious as to your thoughts on the situation that Captain Prax just outlined.
Pardon? Not sure I heard you correctly.
I was curious your thoughts about what Captain Prax just outlined. About the batteries on the surface and the Klingon bird of prey. They're gathering some more information, but and actually out of character, remind me. I think Commander Rel has a security background or an intelligence background.
Intelligence, that's right.
Okay. So I think DeGrasse, he would know this, right? Like the intelligence background.
He should, I think.
Okay.
'Cause, like, the Bajorans are an allied force, so.
Gotcha. Yeah, so DeGrasse was essentially, asking your thoughts on what the captain said, and I guess specifically he'll follow that up with, given what we know, and I know we're awaiting more information. What are your thoughts on an infiltration mission into this compound?
It'd be risky. I'd be more comfortable if I knew a little bit more about their forces. But probably not. Probably not a terrible idea.
Does Commander Rel have a decent security score?
One moment. 3.
Okay. Well, certainly open to anyone else's thoughts. We've got 2 Klingon birds of prey out there. We've got compound on the surface protected by 2 defense batteries, I guess. I'm certainly open to anyone else's thoughts if anyone would care to volunteer.
It does seem, Captain, that ground combat may be inevitable. I don't see how this mission could be accomplished without exposing some troops to risk on the ground.
Well, Lieutenant, unfortunately, I think that you may be right, unless the captain sends over further information that would suggest that might not be a viable option. I tend to agree with you. In these cases, it's always a bit awkward just because things go wrong on the surface. Not only can you have casualties, you could potentially have officers captured as well, which in this situation, likely not something that Starfleet would want to see happen. All right, Commander Rell, in the absence of our Chief of Security, I'd like you to go over any data that the expedition has sent over on the planet's surface and on these weapon batteries.
Of course, Captain.
Let's just try to see if we can find any weaknesses. Yeah, and we'll await
Absolutely.
further information. Okay, thank you.
And I think we'll head to back to the expedition for another interview with your Klingon friend.
So, Commander, would you like to lead, or would you like me to? Commander, you may be on mute without realizing.
Ah, yes. I was indeed speaking. If you know what the captain is looking for, Lieutenant, I'm good to let you lead the questioning again. I leave matters of tactics and security in your capable hands.
Thank you, Commander. Of course, feel free to jump in if you have any questions that don't occur to me.
Of course.
So I believe he's in his quarters, so Beden will hit the door chime. He'll start off flight.
Enter.
And Beden will answer.
Commander, Lieutenant.
Takar, how have you found your accommodations?
A bit soft for my liking.
You and me both. That said, though, and he'll glance at the commander, I think, well, there may be some time opening up in the holodeck here soon, potentially, and we would be happy to take you down there, potentially show you some more amenable environments. But before that, our captain sent us down here because she had a few more questions that she wanted us to ask you.
Ask your questions. It is a wonder you get anything done.
Being prepared and thorough. Car. I'm sure you understand. So, we discussed a bit about this planet surface. We've confirmed much of what you've said with our own science scans. We found what amounted to a civilian compound. Were you aware of this?
Did I not lead you to it?
GM, I forget. Did he mention anything about the civilian compounds last time?
I don't think he mentioned anything about what was on the planet.
Gotcha. Well, Takar, I do have to say that 2 planetary batteries covered in shielding and 2 birds of prey with quite a complement on the surface would have been a good thing to know before the expedition came to this area. I'm curious why you weren't more specific about this before we came.
What is it you want to know? I told you about the batteries, the shielding, number of ships.
Gotcha. Why leave the civilians out?
They are of no concern to me.
Really, based on your knowledge of the Federation, you would know that they would be of concern to us.
Perhaps.
GM, in our scans of the surface, about how many civilians were there?
About 100.
Well, Takar, surely you realize that approximately 100 civilians, it's quite a bit to deal with. Seemed like that detail should be pretty relevant to any conversation about this planet or the ships.
If you are bringing up the civilians, they sound to be your concern, not mine, Lieutenant. If I was in command, I would just bomb the planet from orbit and be done with the problem.
Well, I would be lying if I said that that possibility didn't come up.
Is it not the easiest way to take care of your enemy?
Well, surely you realize that we don't consider civilians an enemy, don't you?
It's hard to tell what you and the Federation think of as your enemy. For Klingons, it is clear.
Well, Takara, if we weren't planning on bombing from orbit, if we were concerned with these civilian lives, making sure that they weren't unnecessary casualties in any fighting, I'm wondering if you're aware of any other solutions to our problem. Any weaknesses that we could potentially discover and take advantage of.
I mostly served aboard the ship, so my knowledge of the planet is limited, but I will try my best.
Remind me, what was your role aboard the ship?
I was a navigator. And if I said that wrong, it's because I don't remember.
No worries. Well, in your role as a navigator, I'm sure you would be aware of the optimal route in this planet, potentially a route that would take us around any sensors on the surface, any way of being discovered.
The shielding is located mostly around the outpost itself. The planets are large, Lieutenant. Surely 2 planet-side defense batteries cannot possibly cover the entire space around the planet.
And this shielding, would you happen to know anything in detail? Perhaps shield frequencies or codes that could be used to bypass the shielding?
Like I said, I was a simple navigator. I was not privy to such information.
Figured I would ask. Commander Casey?
Just making sure I wasn't muted. I don't have anything further.
Par, and Ben will lean in closely. If it came to it, could you give us the recommended route that you would take to bypass the sensors to get to the planet's surface?
The sensors on the surface are not as powerful as that of a starship. There are no orbital bodies above the planet, making sensor range limited.
It's good to know.
And these batteries are short range only. I would think only about as far as your transporter range, perhaps.
Certainly good information to know. Well, Commander, I think we may have what we need.
Thank you for your cooperation. Continued cooperation.
I only wish to see my newfound enemies destroyed.
Well, I can assure you this crew has a good combat track record. I think that the days of this pirate band are limited.
The deeds of your Captain Prax travel far throughout the quadrant.
Indeed they do. I'd like to think I've been involved in a few deeds of my own.
We heard
Perhaps we
about.
can...
We heard the stories of your time on. Oh God, what the hell's it? On Zenkethi Prime.
Well, perhaps we might regale each other at some point soon, but I'm afraid that myself and Lieutenant Bedden must prepare ourselves for the upcoming mission.
Of course. We are on the eve of battle, after all.
He'll sort of wave to the door. After you, Lieutenant.
And Bedden will step out and return to the bridge.
This is probably a talk outside the door type thing.
Bedden will tap his combat.
Unless I read it wrong, Casey.
Yeah, we could have a short recap, but I meant to go report to the captain. Yeah.
Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind then. Yeah, to the bridge. And stepping onto the bridge is Casey and Bedden.
Bedden will step out of the turbo lift and just say, "Well, Commander, would you like to be the one to inform the captain?"
You led the interrogation. I'll let you explain what you've gathered, but I'll interject if I have anything to add.
Yes, sir. Bedden will approach the captain.
Lieutenant?
Captain, we were able to, well, discover a bit of new information. I do have to say, Takar has been very willing to divulge what he knows. From our discussion with him, he mentioned that the weapons batteries are not long distance. As long as we keep distance, we should be fairly safe from attack. He also did mention that the sensors on the surface of the planet were not long range either. That it seemingly should be, in his view, relatively straightforward to land on the planet's surface undetected. In the interest of being thorough, Captain, he mentioned the way that he would approach it would be an orbital bombardment, but given the civilian situation, I am not sure that's actually tenable.
I guess does seem rather very forthcoming with all of this information. Rather
Fortunately,
strange for Klingon. Sorry, Commander.
I was just going to say, unfortunately, there is really no way we can verify the information he has given us. All we can go off of is the fact that he has been, to this point, truthful. And it does seem that the only viable option at this point is a covert ground team to gather more information at least, or initiate a strike.
Captain, Commander, I thought it might be a bit off the wall, but I wonder if there is a way that we could potentially test what if what he's saying is true. He mentioned that the weapons batteries are short range, and the sensors are short range. That turns out not to be true. It could cast doubt on his story. What are your thoughts on a decoy? Potentially launching a probe or something that might not give away the fact that we're here, but might be enough to test how far out they could potentially detect the ship, and potentially fire on it.
Well, our warp probe should have been detected by now. If they were having any sort of long range detection capabilities.
I will say we aren't sure we have the element of surprise either. It is still possible that we are being stalked by cloaked ships.
Well, we did just destroy one of them 2 days ago.
It's definitely a difficult situation, Captain. The information we have is unverifiable, and we can't even rely on the element of surprise. But we certainly don't have the luxury of taking no action.
Are we even sure this is a Klingon pirate base? Have the Klingons established any colonies here yet?
GM, did we verify that in any of our scans?
Nope. No one asked any questions about who they were. You know who the people were or anything like that.
Yeah, Ben will go back over to his console and review the scans of the weapons batteries. See if they look like Klingon technology or anything in a Federation database.
Yeah, I'll do it for a momentum.
All right, you got it. And we'll walk back over. Captain Commander, it does look like the weapons are Klingon disruptor based. They're a known style that's about 25 years out of date, but doesn't confirm that the forces on the surface of the planet are actually Klingon, but they do have Klingon weaponry.
Mr. Sova, were the inhabitants all Klingon or a mixture of different species?
I'll answer for a momentum. I'm detecting at least 35 Klingon life signs. The rest of them are a mixture, Captain. Of several different species.
Can you verify the different species?
They're pretty known. There's humans. There's a few species that are probably Klingon subservient species. Nausicans probably. It's a mixture. Mixing pot of Alpha Quadrant species.
Commander Casey, take the con. But inhale the Tian An Men. Ask Captain Negras to join me in my ready room.
Of course, Captain.
Hi, Captain.
As Ben approaches his console, yeah, he'll do what the captain said.
Some time saving.
Enter.
Well, Captain, Gross will look around the room. Some things change, but he'll take a seat. Yes, some things stay the same.
Thank you for coming.
Of course.
It seems our Klingon guest is a little too forthcoming, which is also making me suspicious. It does appear to be a mixture of different species on the planet below, at the outpost. Though the stronghold is mostly made up of Klingons. I wanted you to hear because I'm going to see if I can't get in touch with the Klingon ambassador at the DS-17 to verify if there's not a Klingon colony or outpost at that location that's part of the Empire.
Oh, I agree, Captain. It would be prudent to confirm that we're not attacking an official Klingon outpost. I guess the other possibility is that these other species on the planet could be
Could also be prisoners, too.
prisoners or slaves. Pirates are known to be very good people.
Let's not forget, Klingon Empire does still have slavery among some of their houses.
That is an unfortunate thing to be reminded of, Captain.
Captain Ops, please put in a priority message to Deep Space 17. I wish to speak to Ambassador Takatu. Priority 1.
Hi, Captain. I'm trying to see if we have a token for him. I don't think we do in this game. Wait, I lied. This is Takato.
Ambassador, thank you for taking the time to speak with me. I only merely have a question to ask you. do you have any colonies or outposts that have been established by the Empire in this region? And I will send him the coordinates to the system in general.
The Klingon Empire has no interest in that region of space. Is there anything else?
Then you're not aware of a Klingon stronghold.
As I stated before, no interest.
And are you aware of Klingon birds of prey attacking Federation vessels in this region, claiming to be part of the Empire?
If there are, consider them enemies of the Empire. Do with them as you wish.
Understood. Thank you, Ambassador. Sorry to bug you.
Arr. And he angrily pounds the desk.
Well, I guess my suspicions are subsided for now, but
Well, Captain, you've always had good instincts. If it was this easy to get the information out of this Klingon, I agree that it's prudent to be suspicious. Even if this isn't some sort of grand trick on his part, maybe he just has a vendetta against these people, or maybe he himself wants to take control of this outpost. Could still be a number of things.
well, they did leave him for dead in a Klingon escape pod.
That could do it.
Though the person in charge is, well, someone who would probably want to see great harm done to me. So.
Well, Captain, based on discussions with my crew, it seems like a covert mission might be what we would recommend. An orbital bombardment would risk civilian lives and potentially expose our ships to attack from cloaked birds of prey.
And assuming even getting into transporter range, beaming down would be not an option. It would put the ship, one of our vessels, at too much greater risk.
Exactly, sir.
The expedition is, at least this one, capable of flying in atmosphere. We could touch down on a farther side of the planet, hopefully out of sensor range, and deploy covert team to infiltrate the outpost and the planetary batteries and take them out. But that also leaves you to handle two birds of prey, which I, for one, do not feel comfortable with. One alone is enough to be very formidable against either one of our vessels.
I agree, Captain. If it comes to it, the Tian An Men can be a fast and agile ship. We may not even need to commit to a head-on fight with these birds of prey. We could distract them until your work is done.
There's a Class T gas giant in the system. Would prove to be a probably potential good hiding spot for a couple starships.
Are you thinking our ships, Captain, or?
I'm thinking our ships, but I would not underestimate a cunning Klingon captain to not use it as an advantageous point, especially a pirate, to strike at a incoming vessel.
They would know that we would be on the lookout for their cloaking devices. Would be interesting if they thought we were trying to come up with methods to track a cloaking device, and well, they weren't actually using it in the first place. Do you propose that we do some reconnaissance?
How many shuttlecraft do you have at your disposal?
GM, I feel like that would be something I would know off the top of my head, but I don't.
Yeah, it's let's see what your ship says.
They have extended shuttle base.
Which means you have
Tammy.
runabouts and potential paragons.
Yeah, I'm like, what if we just take the fighters and use those to blow up the batteries?
Yeah, we could.
I believe the
Sneak fighter
normal
attack.
I believe the normal thing is you get it to half your scale.
It's scale -1 for shuttlecraft, and then it's double that for extended shuttle base. So there should be 6 that they can deploy.
Okay.
Total.
Yeah.
But allows them to carry scale 2s.
Yeah,
But
so
they
you
can only
get up
deploy-
to
They can only deploy 2 scale 2s. So
yeah.
That's one of the caveats for that, I believe.
There you go.
Without skipping a beat, DeGrasse will relay all this information to Captain Prax.
Perhaps we create an ambush of our own. The Tian An Men hides within the gravitational area of the Class T to obscure the sensors for the Klingon vessels, while you launch a runabout and sneak it in onto the planet with a infiltration team. The expedition will play decoy. I'll taunt the former governor and see if I can't bring out those 2 birds of prey and lead them straight to you. While the infiltration team does their work on the ground until we can come back and support them.
I would have one request, Captain.
Of course.
My ship is unfortunately currently down a chief of security. If you could spare any good people for the infiltration team, I'd be thankful.
I thought it had a chief of security, but no engineer.
I thought Johnson was chief of security.
I thought it
Yeah,
was Alan.
Johnson is chief of security.
Yeah, Mendrock's not here, so.
My bad.
I thought it was Alan.
Yeah, I thought it was Alan.
Yeah, Alan's also chief of security.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Pick one.
All right. Never mind. I take back what I said. He'll instead say, Captain, I think I know just the person.
We can mix up the crews for the infiltration team. Let's keep it to a 5-man minimum.
Well, Captain, I do have to say this is more exciting. Any comments?
So, GM aside, I don't think we want to, because we're going to have a space battle plus a ground assault. I'm thinking the executive officers head down for the ground assaults and then supporting characters. For the like security officers and then engineers, because I think primary characters are going to probably be needed on the ships more so than the ground assault if they're going. Because my idea is to I guess we need to figure out how the defense batteries are powered on their own, or if there's a common power source for them. In which case, I'm going to come over for Krim from our office. Commander Krim, have you had time to go over the specifications for those defense batteries yet?
Yeah.
I that was all robot.
I've had the chance to go over them, Captain. Plastic.
Sorry, what?
They appear to be your standard planetary defense, Captain.
Do they share a common power source, or are they individually powered?
I could give you a roll.
All right, yeah.
Let's go insight or reason. I'm gonna make this a div 3. Base difficulty 3, but I'll give you assist with the sensors engineering, so div 2. Because you still have the probe.
My supply.
What's that?
I'm gonna guess that none of my foci apply.
Probably not.
Or
Still there, Krim?
does that come through on your end there, GM?
Now it did.
Okay.
All right, I'll take the first roll. Yes, you just got it.
The defenses appear to have some.
I'm assuming that was their self-power.
Yes.
You cut out, like, I heard the S part and then the rest of it just cut out. You might need 2 teams to take the batteries down on the ground, one for each. They appears to be self-powered.
Captain, so you said 2 teams might be required.
Unfortunately, given Krim's report,
All
we're
right,
to
well,
take them out simultaneously.
I think that's
It's either that, or if it's one team, they only get the one chance at the one battery, because I'm sure it will not be long until the Klingon forces start engaging them. Let alone if the civilians are really civilians, or we'll take arms against our own companions.
well, I do have to say, Captain, if it comes to that second option, with that many civilians on the surface, it might be worth abandoning this until we have backup. But I hear your points. 2 teams, few members apiece.
You say 2 teams? How many? Like, I caught part of it.
Yeah, 2 teams, a few members apiece, Captain.
So you're thinking 2 teams, 3 individuals.
Yeah, maybe like 3 to 4, I guess, for infiltration. Just trying to keep it small, but also thinking, I mean, if there's at least a couple people manning these batteries, we want to make sure to have some numbers on them.
About Commander Casey leads one team. Your first officer, Commander Rel, leads the second team.
I think it wouldn't take too much convincing of my commander to do that. I think he'd enjoy it.
All right, we'll leave the team creation to them, and initial motion to have your ship here, like on like the screen where the Class T planetoid is at, and the expedition will bring them to you. The birds of prey, that is. Hopefully, you can make quick work of them, and then support our ground teams.
Well, we'll get it done, Captain.
GM, for this operation, since I'm being very meticulous or methodical in this planet, I would like to create an advantage for everyone for a plan of action.
Sure.
Strategy and tactics for a focus.
Yep.
What's the roll?
Div 2. Probably just insight or reason command or security.
Take a threat. And maybe for the moment, no. What's with the 19th? No, 2.
Yep, your teams will be able to use an advantage when they get down there.
And on the ships, like whole battle strategy planned out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll give the ground 1 advantage and space 1 advantage.
Also, because I have methodical planning, I get to roll an assist every time they roll if the advantage is in play.
Yeah.
Without
Cool.
using my assist thing. Kind of cool ability from the player's handbook. Cool talent. Yeah, I think we have a plan.
All right. Let's get to a briefing room, and then you can explain the plan. And then explain the plan to me. Who from the Tian An Men wants to be here? Probably DeGrasse.
Yeah, I'd say DeGrasse, Commander Rel, and then is it sorry, I'm scrolling down. What is your title? Lieutenant Allen would be there too.
Well, it's official that this outpost is not part of the Klingon Empire, and it is indeed a pirate holdout. Given the fact that they're civilians, it is unclear what their allegiances are. They could be simple homesteaders or be actual part of the pirate activity. since there's 2 batteries that are independently powered, we're going to send down 2 ground teams. Commander Casey and Commander Rowe, each one of you will lead your own teams at each designated battery. Each team will take on, have 1 battery that they will take on. I'll leave up the makeup to the infiltration team to you. As for the 2 birds of prey that are still in play, the expedition will act as decoy and approach the planet, out of range of the orbital batteries. With any luck, I will taunt the former governor into attacking the expedition, as I will lure both birds of prey to the Class T planetoid, where the Tian An Men will await to assist, where we will strike both the birds of prey and disable or destroy them. As for the ground team, once you disable the planetary batteries, get to safety as quickly as possible, and we will rendezvous. Once we take the birds of prey, we'll rendezvous at the planet, and then hopefully begin the de-escalation procedures and not have to assault the stronghold. You'll take covertly, though, a runabout to the planet to conceal your presence and your arrival. Any questions? As I went through the whole spiel of Casey's AFK.
Oops. Damn laundry.
But I hope everyone got that.
Is that the gist of it?
That is the gist of it. But yes, infiltration teams are heading to the planet. And hopefully we'll strike them without making too much noise until after the batteries are disabled. And then get the hell out of Dodge.
I have one question. Who's our shuttle pilot? That's Riel speaking, by the way, since both of my characters are in the room.
Colonel Nee from the expedition can do the piloting. He has the most experience in terms for atmospheric flight and small craft.
DeGrasse will turn to the commander and say, he's an excellent pilot. I can vouch for him.
Good.
assuming Casey's not back yet. Do we want to go ahead and form the infiltration teams? I believe we're sticking to 3 to 4 man. That way we know who's going to be on the ship and who's not.
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Casey, just to catch you up real quick, you're leading one of the infiltration teams.
Yep, got that before I left.
X-Bitch is going to act as decoy, and you get to pick the team loadout.
Cool. How big are we going with this? Like 4 people?
3 to 4, and then, yeah, you'll Kanani is going to be the pilot of the runabout, but he won't count as the team.
Am I still drawing just from supporting characters or
I mean,
just any?
depends on who you want to bring.
I'll open up the theater of the mind, and then you can just drag who's on what team. Probably be easier.
I assume you're wanting the chief of securities on the ship for space battle then?
Not necessarily. I mean, Coda is a pretty experienced terms for space combat. She's got full spread and precision targeting.
All right, I'll bring Bed and then as like my security, and then we have Sokolov as well, who is a like fully promoted support NPC, so he can probably handle engineering on the ship. So I might as well take Grim. Yeah, what else do we need covered? And maybe a medical supporting character, I guess. Medical science will take the nurse. I don't think she's gotten used yet.
She has, but I think she gets her first upgrade if she's used. Keep in mind, she's not going to get in a firefight, so.
Yeah. Give her a talent, bold medicine. It's always good.
Well, it's not until the rolls happen, so. The Rel is up next to pick their team.
we figure out the teams?
Well, we need Rel to pick for their team. Is Commander Rel here? Well, they said they'll be right back. So
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Felony's the pilot, so just throw him to the side. Well, I can say right now, between Shkothrath and Alan, they're literally the same character. So, for a security personnel. Move things along. DeGrasse, why don't you go ahead and just choose the team?
Yeah, sure. So, looks like is that a engineer, security officer, medic? I think that's a really good combination. So Chakrath is on the Tian An Men, right? Yes, she is. Okay. Yeah, Prax, like you said, her and Alan are the same character, so let's send Alan with Rel. Chakrath can stay on board. In a while since we've used Matthews, I think. Cool. So yeah, we'll send Matthews as well. Oh, Rel, we're picking ground infiltration teams.
Okay.
So feel free to pick your team. I think we were going with a security officer, engineer, and medic combination, which should cover most things, but it's your team.
Okay. One moment. Is Shkothrath already accounted for?
No, she's not.
All right, then I will probably take her. As Rail has worked with her before. And security, engineer, and medical, right?
You
I
could
guess
probably
I'll-
bring a science instead of medical as well. I don't know. If there was a medical emergency, we could probably link up, but
Yeah, that's probably a good idea.
I just know we only have like 2 or 3 supporting medical characters, so I don't know what's available other than that in
makes
yours.
sense. Alright, so I'll probably take Keegan Matthews for the engineer. And for the science, maybe Soha? Just because we don't have a whole lot of science supporting characters.
Soha's on the expedition for Soha.
Yeah, we have Goose Egg supporting science characters on the
Right.
Tian An Men.
You do have 2 medical support on the Tian An Men
Yeah,
as well.
I think I'll probably take Renate? Is that how that surname is pronounced? Or is it Renate?
I think it's Renate or Renati.
Okay. I'll probably take her in that case. So it's Shikasrith, Renate, and Matthews are the team.
All right, we got ground teams figured out.
Yep. And then Tian An Men supplies the runabout. So
Cool. All right, so with that figured out, we'll probably just have everybody head back to their ships. So what positions is everybody wanting the ships to take?
the Tian An Men is hiding in the Class T while the expedition moves into decoy, and then the expedition is not going to go into close ranges. It's going to be sort of near the planet and taunt the governor into using his birds of prey to attack.
Okay. So we'll go ahead and move into position just to save a little bit of time here. I am going to need a daring con roll from the Tian An Men. Daring, yeah. Let's make it daring con just to move into the position. I'm assuming you want to be undetected,
Yeah, as much as possible.
so I'll let you choose the difficulty on that.
Let's see here. So yeah, we have Orgel. Let me just scan his sheet really quickly. So, I mean, a lot's riding on not being detected. So let's go for difficulty of 5.
Oh, we will enter a new scene too.
Gotcha. So you have bold con. Yeah, he does. Yeah, so I'm thinking a difficulty of 5. He'll use his determination. Propulsion is a science, navigation is an art. To very carefully move himself into position to the planet and not crash into the planet or, any danger to the ship or anything.
Okay.
Cool. Which would be. Oh, sorry, Prax. Go ahead.
Well, you're choosing difficulty 5. Is some of that like hazard related? I don't know how the GM would interpret this, but because he has pushed the limits.
I would say probably not. I don't think that would apply here.
That's a good question though. Cool. Yeah, so let's do what would that be? 3 difficulty at this?
Essentially, yeah.
Yep. So take a threat for bold con. And then you said this would be daring con, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd have to give me 2 threat to get another dice because you used the determination.
Good call. Yeah, let's do 2 threat.
And then it can be assisted by Engine's Con.
Awesome. All right, let's do it. And re-roll that. Still wanted some momentum.
You got the 5. See if the
Yep.
ship helps at all.
All right, let me get the ship. Engines con.
Gain 1. Yeah, your ship is able to maneuver into position seemingly undetected. And once you're in position, the expedition moves in. You can move in to wherever range you want to be from the planet.
Medium. Just outside. Supposedly outside the range of their batteries, but we'll see. With shields up. And-
Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to make you roll for that because you're not trying to hide or be sneaky, so it's pretty easy.
So Sova, open up communications.
Channel open, Captain.
Oh, what was his name? I forget.
You're asking me?
Governor.
I wrote it down. Yeah, I don't know if I ever wrote it down. It's somewhere in the chat, or someone write a note on it.
The car? Is that right? The car? Or was that the other guy?
Hello, Governor.
Yeah, exactly.
It looks Klingon.
That was the car.
One of them was named Dakar. I have no idea who. Trying to scroll up to see if I see something.
I saw the car, and I remember what that was referenced to.
There's a... So up... Yeah, then I also have a Koth.
It's one of them. I know that.
Yeah.
Actually, it might be Koth.
I think you're right, because...
Yeah. The car...
Yeah.
Yeah, the car.
If not, that's what you called the prisoner, so we'll just go with the other one.
This is Captain Azrael Prax of the Federation Starship Expedition to former Governor Koth.
"'Tis a pleasure to see you again, Captain Prax." It comes back audio only.
I'm sure it is. However, I am going to ask for your immediate and unconditional surrender. Your vessels have been attacking Federation uh, civilian ships in the region, and you have been labeled as a wanted criminal by the Klingon Empire.
You're an awful long way from Federation space, Captain. You are not in control here.
Don't be so sure about that, Koth. Just because we're not in Federation space does not mean you're not a wanted criminal.
As far as I'm concerned, you are the only criminal here.
Does Sokova want to make a insight plus engineering? And how so? You've been attacking Federation starships and stealing and taking lives. That makes you what? A pirate? Scoundrel? How very Klingon of you.
One must make a living any way they can. After a Starfleet captain dishonors my house.
I'm not the one who dishonored your house. Only you have to blame that.
I have had enough of your lies, Captain.
Someone want to roll for Sokolov?
I do like threat, especially right before a battle. You can be assisted by the ship's communications engineering. You do gain 1.
Isn't that 2? Is it div 4.
Yeah.
From this system.
I can't understand you.
That transmission is not coming from this system.
She motions to trace it.
Just as Silva relays that information, the 2 birds of prey decloaks right between you and the planet.
Helm, evasive maneuvers, warp us to the... Get us out of here. Straight to the ambush point. Yeah, I knew it was a trap. Yeah, Wagner, get us out of here. Straight to the Class T.
Yes, Captain. And I will navigate away.
All right. This will be Daring Khan. The base difficulty is 0. I will say that point is probably extreme range, at least. Extreme +1, I would say.
So 4 power.
Yeah, probably.
It's all right. It means we were just rolling 4 challenge dice and probably get all effects.
So yeah, Wagner, you got a Daring Con diff 0.
Ah. Home operations apply?
Yes.
Okay.
Damn. 5 momentum. It looks like you only spend 3 power. And yes, you are able to get to the rendezvous point. Or the ambush point.
Hold on. How about Talon? Can we spend 2 momentum to make it only 2 power loss?
Sure.
So we have the 2 float.
Yeah.
And yeah, we arrive at the ambush point, waiting for our friends to show up. Hopefully they take the bait.
Okay, and they will follow. How much? Let me look at a sheet really quick. Both ships will follow you to warp. I am going to spend 2 threat just to have the other ship go too. All right, I gain 3 threat from that. They will follow you, but they will only go to long, so I think they spend 2 power doing that. No, 3. Range is so hard to keep track of here. Yeah, so they move at warp with you, but they only get to long range of you. And it'll pass back to you and your team.
And long, you say?
Yes. Maybe I should find a battle map or something.
I mean, it's fine long we know the actual range category of each ship.
Yeah, let me throw some stuff out here.
So difficulty 3 for a torpedo shot, right?
Yeah. I do have to throw the Tian An Men on as well. Yeah, we'll say that's the planet that they're hiding in.
I mean, I could drag a gas shine in here if you want.
Sure.
Gotta reach on his GM real quick.
Yeah, we'll put him there.
Anyhow. Lieutenant Coda. Full spread. Let's go this target. Long range, right?
Yep. I'll color code for red and blue.
You say, okay, so Vantage still applies?
Yep.
So Div 2 then?
Sure.
Shipboard tactical systems for a focus?
Yep.
So this character has precision targeting, as well as full spread. So we're gonna up the difficulty and target their engines
Okay.
on the torpedo. So it'd be div 3. Take a threat, spending 2 momentum. And the ship. And then the assist from the captain, because it's free. What's the assist for my character?
Probably just your presence command. Giving orders and such. Gain 3.
I'm very inspirational on this battle strategy.
All right, roll torpedo damage, please.
There is one float, so it's full salvo, so that is
Oh, how much threat do I get for the torpedoes?
3. Spend the momentum to reroll the 2. So that is currently 3 on for the effects because piercing, and then the damage is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
So that gives piercing 1.
Piercing 1 per effect. Yes.
Okay.
On precise or the precise targeting.
So then that's full damage then. So you'll do 7. And that was the blue, right?
Yeah, that was the blue, and it's high yield. And she also has devastating attack with the full spread. So
God, what the hell did you give her? That's giving her all these weird things.
precise targeting and full spread. So whenever does a salvo gains a bit of a devastating attack for free. So 7, that's what, 2 breaches there.
Yeah. Two.
Because the high yield. And then the I got this salvo. And salvo is just like spread, if I remember correctly. So it's 7.5. So 3. Then it's plus for each effect after the first. So 5.
Yep. That one should be doing 2 though for resistance, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. Then 2 momentum to bring it up to 5.
All right. And that's the random system, right?
That's 2 random system.
It's for the high yield, and then 1 more for shields to 0.
Oh god.
Ouch.
Ouch. And then the devastating is the same thing, except it's only the 3 base. So, and they have no structure left. So that means I think they don't have resistance anymore.
Probably not. Yeah, they're probably dead here. So that's what, another 3? 2?
Yeah. Be 3. Because they're separate attacks. So 1 for high yield, 1 for no shields, and 1 for
Oh god, more hits the structure. Yeah. You just kind of eviscerated this bird of prey with the torpedo salvo. It just kind of hit right at the engine as it was making a turn to try to evade, and it just caused a chain reaction in the warp systems, and it just caused it to explode.
I know the shock growth. I can't remember. Did she have? No. Technically, there are people with the quick action are not present, so because they're on the planet surface. So 2 momentum to keep the initiative, and the Tian An Men go.
Sure.
Ready. Alan? I think you're still on the ship, so it's all you, buddy.
Understood.
Wait, what range is Tian An Men in?
They are probably extreme.
If that's the case, we might want to have the con officer move first.
Well, so yeah, we need to be in. Is it long range for torpedoes?
Long range for torpedoes is preferred. I can do it at extreme at increased difficulty, I think.
Well, yeah, we can have Orgel move into position. It's up to you, Alan.
Might want to disable this one. Unless we do an assault on the outpost.
Yeah, let's have Orville move us into medium if we can get that. Because then I can do a phaser run on him and try and disable him.
So that'd be an impulse then, I believe.
Yep.
Which is still daring or control with con. And this one I'll give you push to limits, but I don't think that would really apply at a diff 0.
It won't.
So yeah, just be daring or control con, diff 0, assisted by ship's engines con, and it will cost you a power to get into medium.
All right, sounds good. Take a threats because I'm sure you don't have enough already. Load up on momentum there. And yeah, I'll do the shove. Hey,
Dear God. Take your boatload and more momentum. Yeah, you're able to move within medium range.
Unfortunately, the turn will have
Back
to.
me.
It would have to pass to them though. So unfortunately.
we already spent to maintain.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Could have had Coda do another salvo.
All right, they're gonna shoot at you at the Tian An Men with their disruptor cannons.
Ooh, increased difficulty of 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll take it.
But you know, when they hit, 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. What's your resistance?
I think we're scale 3. I think it's resistance 3.
4. You're 4.
Yeah.
All right, so I believe you're taking 5. You'll take it on your engines as they start shooting their disruptor cannons. About half the shots hit you, but a few well-placed shots hit right on on your starboard nacelle. And I gotta see if you get any other cool things for hitting the engines. You lose 2 power immediately.
Well, not ideal, but we can come back.
I will keep initiative.
Ugh.
And dropping out of warp right on top of the expedition is a Vorcha class battleship.
It's the Tinga.
Yeah,
Vorcha.
I changed the name. The tokens name that, but that is not what it's a Vorcha class.
Looks very different though in canon, but
I was not putting new stuff in there.
Which one's stronger?
the Vorcha.
And I believe that can only be their turn. So they drop right in on top of you. I don't think I could hold it anymore, so it will pass back to you. He had 2 turns. They had 1.
I feel like we need to impulse into medium or out of range of their cannons. So, because they're in close range, right? Yeah,
They are.
we can. Did technically Wagner go, or did you count that at the start, or was that like?
I would count her warp, yes.
Okay. So Wagner went. Coda's gone. I haven't gone technically yet. Ugh.
Second question, did you launch your runabout?
That would have already happened. Like,
So the runabout's probably hanging out in the gas giant?
no, the runabout's already probably actually on the planet. That was supposed to already happen, like, while we were being decoyed. So they should already be on the planet surface. That was part of the plan.
Okay. I thought they were
do it.
launched. I thought they were leaving after you engaged them.
No, this is all supposed to be happening simultaneously. Like, the defensive battery should be under attack by right about now. Like, all this is simultaneous.
If you launch, I'm going to say if you launch a runabout before you talk to them, they probably got attacked first.
What? They were supposed to go. They're around the perimeter.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, they're not. They weren't going straight at them. They were going around the perimeter, and then flying in low on the runabout.
Yeah, I could call them en route now, like almost there.
I would have waited. Okay, never mind.
Because I thought that you were launching after you talked to them.
No,
Like you were starting that.
no.
Because the problem you would run into is you had 2 birds of prey that, oh, look at this runabout we could take.
The
'Cause
runabout.
they still have their full sensors. But it's fine. I think it all worked out.
We're gonna go. I am going to order Kota to fire full spread and target the full spread with the phaser array on the Kinga's weapons array.
Okay.
Close range, so increase difficulty by 1. So diff 3.
Targeting their weapons
So
is
diff
also
4.
an increased. Yeah. Base diff 4.
Does the advantage still apply?
No.
Okay. So, in that case, just doing a spinner determination. Always prepared, always vigilant.
Yep.
And
I think that would apply when a
yes.
Vorcha class just drops right on top of you.
Yeah, scale 5. Take a threat, spending 2 momentum. Or no. Rolling 4. So 2 threat, 3 momentum. Roll 4. Shipboard tactical systems for focus.
Yep.
She has bold security.
And then ship, and I believe you still assist, yeah, because of your
Yeah.
order.
Yeah, because I'm directing. No help from the ship. Do 4, 6, 7 total. So
Yep.
3.
So that'd be 3. Phaser
Sorry, what?
damage, please. Phaser damage, please.
Do cost 1 power. We're gonna pump another power or 2 power into this. So total 3 power. We have 2 versatile. So one of the versatile is going to reroll 3. So
You
Yeah.
also have piercing 1 per effect.
Yep, piercing 1 per effect because of precise targeting. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 9 total with 5 piercing so far.
What? Sorry, what was that?
9 total with 5 piercing.
Okay, you'll do 8.
All right. That's to their to their weapons.
Yep.
What are their shields at?
50%.
Keep in mind this is also full spread. This is spread for the phasers. I'm gonna spend the we still have the versatile. Spend that plus another one to activate devastating attack. Spread's gonna be 9 halves, so
Round up, so that'd be 5.
Oh, sorry,
And then
5.
plus 1 for every effect past the first.
Yes, so 9 again.
Right. And that one would be 6 resistance. So right now you're doing 3.
Gains 2 to versatile, so both into piercing. So piercing 4.
All right. What did we say? It was 9 total?
Yeah, so total of 8. Right. 8
Okay,
damage.
that'll be 2 breaches, and their shields will be down.
Those will be random.
Yep.
Those 2 breaches. Weapons again. Sweet. So 3 of the weapons. And then devastating attack is the same thing, except it's only 5. No, you don't count the effects. Both to piercing.
All right, so that'd be so you do 5 damage. So that'd be resistance of 6. So you're doing no damage currently. 2 piercing would be 3 damage.
2 momentum, piercing, and extra damage to bring it up to 5.
Okay.
So 4 to weapons. 4
God
breaches.
damn. And then 1 to structure.
Yeah. And then I'm going. Oh, wait, not effect. Damn it. 5 and 6. Ugh. I'm going to spend my determination. Never underestimate your opponent. To do a swift task.
Okay.
And I'm going to order Wagner to move us into medium or move us into long range. So impulse us away.
All right. Wagner would be daring or control con.
Okay.
It will be an increased difficulty because this is my swift task.
So it'd be a diff 1.
All right. Combat maneuvers apply as a focus.
Sorry, what was that?
Does combat maneuvers apply as a focus?
Yes.
That's the ship. And then my assist. It's technically
Gain
perks.
gain 2, and yeah, you could impulse Uh,
We're in close range, so we're going into like long of them.
yeah, you can move anywhere within long range. So yeah.
To there. And then we lose another power.
Passes back to them.
Keep the initiative. Because I just went. That was just my turn. So back to the team I'm in.
Sure.
So just so I understand, the plan is to basically hit and then run.
Well, we pretty much almost took out the weapon system array. It's literally heavily damaged. I think 4 breaches on their weapons array.
Yep.
Like they have to do some hefty stuff to get that back online.
Yeah, I think it qualifies as disabled for the weapons array.
Gotcha.
I don't think it's disabled. It's the scale when it's disabled.
It was destroyed.
Hold on, I got it open.
Oh, then yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So
It's exceed the ship's scale. It's exceed.
so it's equal to or greater than half the sail of the ship is just damaged.
Yeah, it's currently just damaged. 1 more breach, it's disabled. 2 more breaches, it's destroyed. On their weapons. Right now they have
You
an
want me to
increase-
take? Sorry, go.
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask.
You kind of cut out a bit. What was that last part?
Want me?
I didn't catch any of that.
You might want to go. You might gonna have to probably do tack 1 and then tack the other.
Yeah.
You may want to target the the Vortula first and do a strike on their weapons or to disable it or destroy it, taking them kind of out of the
Yeah,
fight.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah.
Gotcha. Yeah, no risk, no reward. Alan, let's go for it.
Okay. Three.
I'm getting every other word. Yep. I'll take it. If you're trying to talk, I'm not getting any of it.
Who's rolling for the team I'm in?
I can roll for it.
So I don't know exactly who or what is being attacked or where.
You think he's doing he's attacking the
The
Vorcha?
battle.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's targeting the weapons.
Okay. Phasers, I take it?
Yes.
Okay. So it'd be a diff 3 overall.
He's nailed it so far, and then just the two of these are
Yep.
weapons.
Yeah, just the icing on the cake.
Yep, so you gain 1. Roll your phaser damage, please.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's just phaser banks, so no spread.
Is it worth re-rolling?
Yes.
Yeah, right now you're doing nothing.
Re-roll with this. Oh, okay. There it is.
You can use the other versatile for piercing, so that puts you up to 4. And then the one to be gained for extra damage. And that should put you to 5.
Okay.
Which should
Okay,
be
so-
2 breaches.
So far I'm seeing 7 minus 6, so I see 1. You spent 1 versatile or momentum to reroll.
Spent 1 versatile to reroll on the other versatile for piercing.
All right, so
And
that'll
then another-
be 3 damage.
And then another momentum spend for piercing again,
Right.
so that should be 5.
Yep, that'll be 5. And they're both going to weapons. One breach for 5, 1 breach for not having for damage past shields. So that would put 6 on their weapons, basically disabling their weapon system.
They'll be destroying it. It's 1 or more breaches after the.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right. They are destroyed. Sorry. For some reason, I keep getting resistance and scale mixed up. Yeah, their weapons are destroyed.
And then I'd like to spend 2 for Swift Task. I have Fire at Will.
Okay.
And I would like to full spread on the Burrell.
Photons? You can't with the phaser banks. Because they're banks. There's no spread.
Oh,
or,
yeah.
Or area.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'd be photons.
All right. It will still go up 1 because you are in medium range of it.
Right.
Diff 5.
So yeah. Yeah. Well, he has fire at will, so it'd be 4.
That fire at will didn't count. It was only for ground.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But my advantage is still play for the Burrell, right?
Yes, because you're firing torpedoes. Yes.
So
So 4.
diff 4. And you have an advantage.
Okay. In that case,
But you get the after play of action also gives you 2 bonus momentum. So
let me spend. Oh, people are gonna hate me. 1 momentum, 5 threat. Roll all the dice.
keep in mind you have an assist from me plus the ship. Whoever's rolling for the team I'm in.
Damn. 7. Gain 2. Torpedo damage, please.
Oh, I set it up here. I got it. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You're good.
okay.
No, you're fine.
7 so far.
7 minus their resistance, so 4.
So 4, yeah.
Because you don't have there is 2 bonus movement from plan of action, so you can spend one of it on piercing, one of the free bonus momentum.
Yeah.
So
And then I'd like to add devastating.
so that's the 1 float plus another momentum spent for that.
All right, first let's take care of the damage.
Structure engines. Are there like important NPCs on that ship?
What's that?
Are there important NPCs? I guess you're rolling for the captain.
On that one, no.
Oh, you don't need to roll the effect thing.
The effects are they lose turns if I roll one
Oh,
on an NPC
yeah,
ship.
that's right. Yeah, I forget about that sometimes. It's been a while. I don't do space combat on DS-17 anymore, so.
That's accurate.
So it's half. So total, it's what? That was 6, 7, round down 4.
That's 7. Half is 3.5. Round up is 4. Right now, you would be doing 1.
Plan action still?
I spend that last.
Yeah, no, you already spent that.
Oh.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. I mean, you can spend it on piercing, but I don't know if you're gonna get the full effect. But you have to calculate, like, so you probably want to do as much as you can here, because then you got devastating, which is going to do the same thing, which is going to be 1. Oh wait, Salvo, you calculate the effects, don't you? Right? Yeah, because we did it on the other shot.
Is that spread, right?
Yeah, so
Yeah, that was
essentially
spread.
Yeah, so
I thought we were doing devastating. Hold on. Let's do spread first.
well, spread's the same thing, or the. Yeah, it gains the spread effect. It's just 2 more extra damage, so it's 3. That's all it is.
All right, that would take down the shields then. And then devastating would be another one, so I gotta roll it 4 times. Structure. Engines, weapons.
It's 3 to structure.
Yep.
The spread one, if you spent the no, because it was 3. And you already did. Did you do piercing on the spread?
I didn't.
It doesn't
Give us
really
a
matter.
reach.
Their shields are down. And their structure is disabled, so they're probably... Their structure's a stretch, so they're probably blown up anyway.
It's disabled. It really can't.
Can't do much.
NPC rules they can't do. The ship is no longer fully up. No, it's just for NPC damage rolls. Because you're not using.
Yeah, I'm boss fighting rules this one.
So they're not. It really can't do anything. It's the ship's resistance is half at this point. Which you round down for that. so it's got 1 resistance, and all engineering tasks and everything's at like increased difficulty. It's
Technically still in the fight?
technically yes.
Oh, but I should say they are out of power.
Yeah, they're.
I forgot you hit engines.
Yeah, they're pretty much done for. So it passes them anyway. So
All right, they lost their turn because of the effect. What do I do with them? Yeah, if it passes to them, I think I'll just do that.
they warp away.
Yes. And you're being hailed, Captain.
On screen. You put us on the map if you want.
Who was I using for it? We'll say that was the what's it? And he's finally using the view screen, and you see a large, very heavily damaged bridge. I must commend you on your ruse, Captain. I did not account for your ally.
It's not too late to surrender, Koth.
I will surrender when I'm holding your cold, dead heart in my hands.
There is no honor in this engagement, Koth.
It is no longer about honor. It is about revenge. You may have won this day, Captain Prax. But I will have my revenge.
And you know what they say about revenge? Dig 2 graves.
I will see you in hell, Captain.
You mean Grethor?
Whatever. Translation.
I mean, Grethor is not. I mean, it's hell-like, but it's not the same. Set a course for the planet. We need to back up our ground teams.
Speaking of ground teams. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that fight to go like that.
That long or that quick?
That quick. Okay, with the ground teams, what exactly were you guys doing? So you get to the planet. Walk me through how you're approaching this.
I didn't realize we were going already. I don't think we ever got to pick equipment.
I mean, I could really just give you each team like 3 roles and call it a day. Just because of how I wrote it.
Sure, if you don't think we need any specialized equipment. Well, I mean,
Nah.
not that you would tell me as the GM, but
Nah, just for the sake of, time and stuff, and
Yeah.
people have work and stuff, I could just give like each team 3 roles, see how well it went. So the way I see it, okay, almost. So first of all, the con officer has to make a roll to get you there. So I'll probably give him a diff 3 daring or control con. Diff 3. And then it's probably just going to be moving into position, taking out whatever guards, powering down the thing is how I see it. Yeah, let's just go with those. So for each team, so for Connell and Nay, the con roll, and then for each team would have to make those next 3 rolls.
what sort of focuses would apply for the security rules? And is it just the team leaders making the roll, or every?
Doesn't matter. Whoever would be good at it. So for the first one would probably be like infiltration, things like that. The second role would be hand to hand or some type of martial art. And the third one would be some type of computers or engineering type thing.
Ben can lead the rolls for our team. He has the best score.
So we have to roll for Connell Nay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Just to make sure you get there, because he might crash land you on the surface, and then we have another mission for next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll roll it, I guess. That way, because everyone else I think is got a character here. What's the roll? Daring.
Daring or control con, diff 3.
Would precision moving count reduce difficulty test by 1 to a minimum of 0 when attempting test that requires precise maneuvering, or where there's a risk of collision?
I would say that applies here.
Atmospheric flight or small craft?
Yep.
So div 2. Take a threat. Yeah. Don't want to like kill everyone, so.
Yep. Gain 1.
I'll fish.
Gain 2. Just need the runabouts stat or runabouts roll.
I'll use the DS-17 runabouts since they're here. Ugh.
Gain 3.
Yeah. Oh, we have arrived. Good luck.
All right. Yeah. Whoever wants to make those rolls. have at it.
Yeah, so I guess Bedden was directed to at least do the first one. So control security. GM, what is the first task again?
Basically just trying to get to the towers undetected by either more guards or the civilians.
This might be a stretch, but would you take survival or deception for focus?
Nah, I don't think so.
We'll take a threat.
Right? So, Bedden, your team is good on the first task.
Cool. Yeah, and I think Casey might have mentioned it might be the best for that second task. Casey, what's your daring security?
14.
Same for me. Yeah. I don't know. Do you want me to take this one? I did the first one, but it's up to you.
Just for each team?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you can lead the rolls. Do the security apps here.
Daring security, stiff 3. GM, is this the one where hand phasers could apply?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, these are more or less general roles. So, whatever, you think of how you would disable 2 guards is fine with me.
Gotcha. Yeah. So would you take a threat and then 2 momentum for 4 die?
Yep.
Cool. 4 dice, I guess. Okay, let's do it.
All right. Your second task is good. You gain 2 out of that. And then just need the daring or control with engineering difficulty 3 to disable
And then
your turret.
and then I have a focus in computers.
That works for me.
Two more.
How much of what did you give me?
1 threat and 2 momentum.
Right. Yep. Casey's turret is disabled. Now we just need to work on rails. Wagner, are you there?
Sorry, what?
Just need your team's 3 rolls to
Oh, great.
disable the turret. So the one labeled number 1 is to basically get to the battery. The second one is to take out the guards, and the third one is to disable the battery.
Okay. Does Shakathra's infiltration focus apply?
Yes.
Perfect. Difficulty 2. What are her abilities? All right, take a threat. I will use bold security. Holy crap.
Gain 2. So first one's done for you. Right, just need the second roll, which is daring security, difficulty 3.
Okay. Again, infiltration, okay?
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, this time I will spend momentum for 2 extra dice.
Do a threat into momentum.
Sorry, what?
Were you doing a threat into momentum or 3 momentum? Because
Let's go threaten 2 momentum so I can reroll the 0. Actually, no, I should probably roll that now. Yeah, I'll reroll it so I'm not metagaming. But I would have gone threaten 2 momentum.
Yeah, it all works out. Gain 2, and then we just need the daring or control with engineering, difficulty 3.
Okay.
maybe Matthews.
Engineer character. Matthews
pulled up. If you want Wagner.
What? You're cutting in and out on me. I really can't hear what you're saying. Okay. Okay, during our control engineering div 3, oh gosh. So much threat.
You can give him 1 threat and then 2 momentum again.
Yeah, let's do that. 1 threat and 2 momentum. I don't believe any of his focus is applied.
Computers counted last time.
Yeah, computers will count.
Oh, perfect. Sorry, I am apparently scatterbrained today. I will use computers then. There we go.
Yep. So
I had spent bold engineering, so I do get to re-roll some of those for extra momentum.
yeah, go ahead.
There we go.
You only get to roll the 1 dice, but
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, then it wouldn't have counted. Jeez. I don't know where my brain is at today.
It's all right. It's a long Sunday. All right, Captain, you and the Tian An Men head toward the planet's surface just as Raul and Casey hail your ship.
let him through.
And of course, it's audio only.
What am I reporting? What did we find?
That they're disabled. That the planetary defenses.
Yeah. Okay. I thought we were rolling for more than that. Sorry. Captain, the planetary defenses have been disabled.
Good job. Get yourselves back to the runabout and head back up to the ships.
Very well,
Good work.
Captain.
Or actually, stand by for beam out. We'll just beam them aboard. Since we don't have to worry about the defense batteries anymore.
That is correct.
Sova, notify Karania to head back to the Tian An Men.
Aye, Captain.
And open a communication to the planet below.
Channel open, Captain.
Hailing pirate outpost. This is Captain Azrael Prax. Your bird of prey have been destroyed and your leader is on the run. Lay down your arms and surrender.
Give me presence command. I have all this threat that you guys gave me. I'll make it a diff 5 just for funsies.
Persuasion for focus.
Comp 3 as well.
Persuasion for
And-
focus.
Yes.
I feel like I need to. One sec. I guess I'll have to start a new. Did I do persuasion 1? Sorry, I'm trying to see if I can't gain a point of determination here. Can I use I don't know. Let's see, that's not gonna apply to Nope. I don't think I can do one. Okay. So with that I will Will you take diffuse attention whenever attempt to persuade someone to not resort to violence at a bonus D20
Yes.
to my pool? Alright, so I usually get a free dice. Which will save giving you all. What does some of my stuff, my medals do? Forget. I'm gonna spend my Starcross to double my focus range.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna use the Palm Leaf to reduce the difficulty by 1 to prevent violence again.
Yep.
So diff 4. Alright. I am going to give you 1 threat and then spend all the momentum to roll total 5 dice.
Come on, 5 complications.
We will see.
Close.
It's very close. Oh. Man. Question: will mission directive apply for this?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, I'm asking for because I have like a from the mission interference mission directive, which is to explore strange new worlds, which was to enhance the sensors. I don't think this is going to apply.
No, not that particular one.
Will you accept the one from Supernova? Never underestimate your opponent. Which was persuading a Klingon captain at from just attacking stuff while the ship could do some research.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. So that's spent, and then I'm gonna respend that on the same value. Never underestimate your opponent.
Sure.
To reroll 4. Oh, so much better.
Yep. Gain 2. We understand our orders. We will comply. And the shielding has been disabled. Or they basically lowered their shields.
Have a brick big enough to fit all of them?
No, but you could cram them into cargo base. But the Tian An Men also has extended shuttle bays that can hold a lot of people.
Yeah, I don't know how much longer you want to go on this. That's what I'm asking.
Well, I was probably thinking around maybe 20 minutes or so. Because I think people have hard stops coming up soon.
Yeah. Ops, open a communication
that's
to
how much I
the...
have left.
Ops, open communication to Tian An Men.
Channel open, Captain.
Captain DeGrasse, it appears Hoss men have decided to lay down their arms at the stronghold.
It's a good result, Captain. I'm happy for that.
We'll need to take them all prisoner until we can reach Deep Space 17 for formal inquiries.
Well, sure there's enough space to stuff them. We'll figure something out on the Tian An Men.
Understood.
Captain, I just want to say thanks for reaching out. This was a little more exciting than scanning comets all week.
And thank you for the assist.
Anytime, Captain.
Expedition out. And Captain's going to pay a visit to our guest, the car. 'Cause I don't think I haven't not thanked him yet. Oh, by the way, the 6 would have been a crit too. because double focus range.
No.
Yeah. Just in case the card decides to kill me, I might need momentum.
Okay, yeah, you enter his room. Captain, to what do I owe the honor?
Well, we've taken out the bird of praise, and the stronghold has surrendered, along with Koth currently in the win. But you did fail to mention that he has a Vorcha class starship.
Did I?
Indeed.
He must have procured a new ship.
And where would he be getting these new ships from? I doubt the Klingon Empire would be selling a Vorcha class starship. Those are usually reserved for the Empire, unless he stole it.
Koth is nothing but a resourceful Klingon, Captain.
Indeed.
He may have lost favor with the Empire, but his influence still has reach in the Empire itself.
Does he now? You wouldn't happen to know names and figures? High-ranking figures within the Klingon Empire that might be willing to give him a Vorcha class starship?
I don't know all his personal dealings, Captain.
Perhaps a house. Surely you must know of a house he's mentioned.
I'm sure one has been operating in the area. Perhaps they do have the resources he might require.
Well, we're heading back to Deep Space 17 with all of your friends in tow, and you can depart there. I'll be sure to give the Klingon ambassador your thanks on the matter. Been so helpful.
Tis an honor to be of service to you, Captain.
Since he's hiding anything,
Give me insight command. I'll make it a post.
composure for a focus. See how he's
Sure.
composing himself. Opposed, you say?
Yeah.
I'm sure you have threat, but you're gonna take another threat, and I'll spend 2 momentum. I'll roll 4. See how this goes. I can at least re-roll that complication.
Ouch.
Tie. Except he has the complication.
Yeah, I'll send you a little tidbit.
I do have cold reading, so. Tell me, Dakar, what made you want to serve under Koth, given his dishonor that he faced in the Klingon Empire under Chancellor Martok?
I have served Koth for many years.
Even while he was governor?
I was there when he received that dishonor, Captain.
Well, my condolences. I'm just surprised you would turn on such a loyal friend.
Loyalty means nothing when your honor is at stake, Captain.
Personally, I think it's the other way around. But good day. And exits his quarters. Yeah, he definitely hates me. That's it for me.
All right. I will give you guys the opportunity for any free role play you want to do to close out the session. If no one has anything, we could call it here. As the search for Koth continues.
Nothing from me.
I'm good for college and I'm pretty toast.
Alrighty, yeah. If no one has anything, we'll call that the end of whatever I decided to name this episode. Yeah, what happens in the past part 2.